Hey, welcome back to Simply Sugar News. Today we're connecting two stories that don't get told together very often. The bulldozing of homeless encampments in Washington, D.C., and the long, ugly history of prison labor in America. The question is, are these crackdowns just about public safety, or are they feeding a system designed to displace, jail, and exploit vulnerable communities? Let's dive in. In August, this month of 2025, federal crews moved into Washington, D.C. and bulldozed 70 to 75% of homeless encampments, including high-profile areas near the Lincoln Memorial and Kennedy Center. According to NBC Washington, people were given as little as 1 day's notice before their tents and belongings were destroyed. Flyers warned that if residents refused to move into shelters, they could face fines or jail time. Some were reportedly offered relocation out of D.C., bused to Maryland and Virginia, echoing the ways migrants have been moved and bused across America into blue states. What does this mean? Criminalizing the homeless. What's the point of all of this? Advocates argue that this isn't about safety, it's about making poverty invisible. If shelters are unsafe or overcrowded and the streets are criminalized, then what's left? Arrest. As the Washington Post reported, advocates warn this will push the unhoused into incarceration instead of housing. Now that you are sitting with this, what are your thoughts? Do you have any thoughts? Please leave me a comment, but I hope you continue on with this opinion piece. The slavery loophole, what is that? Here's where it ties into history. The 13th Amendment abolished slavery in 1865, except as punishment for crimes. This exception clause laid the groundwork for prison labor after the Civil War. States developed convict leasing systems where black men were arrested for minor offenses and then leased to plantations and railroads. The Equal Justice Initiative describes this as slavery by another name, and that's exactly what this was. This was to feed the need of slave labor, little to no cost labor, a system designed to preserve racial and economic control after emancipation. Fast forward to today's system, nearly 800,000 incarcerated people in the U.S. work behind bars. Jobs range in prison from upkeep to farming, manufacturing, and even call centers. Pay is typically 12 cents to $1.50 an hour in federal facilities. And in states like Texas, Georgia, and Arkansas, incarcerated workers aren't paid at all. They're forced to work. Corporations and government agencies save billions. Critics call it the prison industrial complex. From encampment to incarceration. So here's the pipeline. Here's how it works. Displace the homeless. Threaten them with jail if they refuse shelters. Once incarcerated, they can be forced into labor legally under the 13th Amendment loophole. And as The Guardian notes, most of these swept up are black and brown residents, continuing the racialized pattern of Reconstruction to today. What's the point of all of this? Is there a political strategy? Some advocates warn this may not be about labor. It may also be about provoking unrest. If black and minority communities are targeted and violence erupts, officials can use this as justification for harsher crackdowns and more incarcerations. Meanwhile, the prison labor system stands ready to exploit the surge in incarcerations because it's more free labor or low to no cost labor. So here's the reality. Bulldozing homeless camps in DC isn't about city beautification. It could be a part of a much larger, bigger machine, which I believe that's why I've written this piece. One that takes people from tents to the street, funnels them to jails, and then uses their labor for profit. This isn't new. This has been done since emancipation. It's the same cycle that's existed since the 13th Amendment was written. The question is, will America finally close the slavery loophole, or will it keep feeding the prison industrial complex with the most vulnerable among us. If you found this breakdown useful, please like, share, and follow, subscribe, and always leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you. I'm Simply Sugar.